about to start it. Wait, what? Oh my god, YouTube has so much new shit today. Okay, okay. First, let me change my title stream. My title. What if Spider-Man joined the boys? Oh my god. My YouTube is so peak. My YouTube is so peak. Peak. The entire Backrooms movie vocoded to miss the rage. What? What are my polls today? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Oh, wait. Hmm. Okay. Yo, oh my god. Okay, my YouTube is fucking peak. Dude, look at this. Okay, look at this. I got this Fortnite update is wild, and it's straight fucking Fortnite porn with Fortnite titties popping all everywhere. What? Popping out all everywhere. Alright. We got fucking Spider-Man. What if Spider-Man joined the boys? And a new chapter for tandem OLED. I have an OLED monitor. I want to see what this is all about. It's gonna make me feel broke. Oh, and also, the entire Backrooms movie vote-coded to miss the ridge. What does that mean, dog? What does that mean? What does that mean, bro? This is such a W pool, dude. Oh, there. Here we go. And it's rendered in 1080p. Okay. So what's cool about it? Tandem versus cutie color. Huh. Woo! I have cutie OLED. Fuck you, tandem. Oh, I don't give a shit if you're brighter. I should have won. Teens accidentally run into secret cult's body dump. Joe Bart. The entire Backrooms movie vocoded to miss the rage, whatever that means. Here we go. I hear to miss the rage. Vocoded. This sounds like the chicken game YouTube video. What does it mean? The whole movie? What the? Wait. Wait, my PC actually can't handle this. Wait. Oh my god. It's the entire Backrooms movie vocoded to miss the rage. I get it. Yeah, I gotta hit a blinker for this. Okay, hold on. This is insane. Look at this. Wait, display capture this. Look at this. Oh my god. It's the Backrooms movie turned into Miss the Rage. Everything. The screen, the sounds in the background. Wait, what if they talking? What?
Being alone feels deeply ingrained. I understand.
It's the therapy session?
You've had dreams and a lot of resistance.
Dude, this is insane.
In realizing those dreams. And one
Didn't this movie come out like 2 weeks ago? The video got claimed for Miss the Rage. So it's sharing ad earnings. Where did you get the movie? I got it from torrent sites. Make sure to use VPN. Youngest vote-coded movie ever? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, let's end up dragging over that. What if Spider... Okay, I gotta see this. The new Fortnite update is crazy. What is this?
This is insane.
I thought McCreamy quit, dude. Did he have to pay his rent or something? Why'd he come back?
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right now?
Wait. I gotta go look something up. I'll be right back. Poison Ivy? Oh, yeah. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, buddy. Yeah. They're baiting. They're goon baiting.
This is crazy. This is blowing my mind.
Why are they
She's got them fangs out in Fortnite. This might not seem like a big deal, but
Calamity did it first.
I've been playing this game for 10 years now, and I...
Well, buddy. So have I.
Haven't seen anything like this in my life. I mean, I'm gonna have to buy that. Oh my god, it's got the emblem with...
I mean, I'm gonna have to buy that.
Which means that you can't use it in some creative maps. So even Fortnite knows that this is crazy. We got
Yeah, because they already knew what I was about to do with that. What
Batman, he's got his fangs out as well. Dude, come on. I mean, I can't even show that. I can't even show that.
They gave the bat bulge in Fortnite.
I'm gonna buy it.
Dude, they put the bat bulge into Fortnite, bro? This gotta be a troll. This has to be a troll. This cannot be real.
Holy...
Dude, oh my god, McCreamy has been flexing his purple fucking Skull Trooper skin for like the last 10 years. Can you screw off? We get it. You click 2 buttons in 2017 and 2016. Fuck you, alright? I have a Mega Lights. I have a Mega Lights, buddy. Thank you.
Frickin' moly. Look, you can even take the thing off. But the last time Fortnite added honkers to the game was Season 4 with Calamity. And they were jiggling around like crazy. You don't... Yep, another
OG
gooner over
reference.
there.
Holy gooners
Yep.
all around. Fortnite's just goonerville, dude.
Possible.
Guys, a
And you know what?
foil
Like,
Sprite.
screw it, bro. Like, whatever's going to make the people happy. This is going to make people happy for sure. And I am people.
Okay, gooner.
No, I'm kidding. I don't find Fortnite skins attractive. But that being
Yeah, alright.
said,
Alright. Wait, what? Thomas Skeen. Is this political content? Alright, whatever.
America has a tradition of electing people who are ostensibly qualified to be president. Governors and senators, lawyers and generals, and then for the first time we elected a man who prided himself on his lack of relevant qualifications.
I don't sound like a politician because I'm not a politician.
A business owner is in the business of making a product or service.
Why only $5? Why not charge
$12?
10 or 12 or 15 or 20?
Because I'm working with farmers and they're not buying one.
Give even a 10,000, right? Why not $7?
Well, I've never done that. I've always tried to be right.
But a businessman is in the business of business.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
Of course, that doesn't mean being a wealthy businessman can't be very impressive. It's just not a reason to think that one
Sucks. This video is boring. Marvel 616 official trailer Disney Plus. What is the fuck is this? 5 years ago.
Stan always said that the Marvel Universe is the world outside your window. And that the people could find characters they could see themselves in.
What?
Bringing a piece of art
Dude,
to
I
life
had no idea this
is
was a
difficult
thing
to
until
not
5
push
years
aside.
later, and apparently neither did anyone else. Marvel 616 looks dope, and it's 5 years old.
Into the work.
Probably gonna be 6 years old. Am I right? Yep, gonna be 6 years old. Yep. Holy, is that the Bells speech? When Death Note broke its own rules, Sloan style. I think I already watched most of that. Wait, did they?
We were artistic rebels.
So they never did anything with this.
I can't even imagine the impact that had.
Harley Quinn?
Imagine the impact that had.
I don't think she's part of Marvel. Birds of Prey is not part of Marvel. That needs to get out of here right now. That's a scam.
Better take off your shoes because I'm gonna knock your socks off. I love that, yeah.
People really believe women weren't reading comics that inspired us to do more.
Cosplay is the visible expression of one's fandom.
Nobody else had ever done this before.
Fearless storytellers. I killed Spider-Man.
What? That's insane.
The Marvel Spotlight Program is a collection of stage plays written for high school. Drawing.
Siempre quise ser dibujante de cómics, pero siempre pensé que iba a ser imposible.
The Japanese Spider-Man is totally different from the original Spider-Man.
Okay, so I guess they fumbled the bag once again. That's casual Disney. I want some good content. So Bethesda lost licensing or access to Fallout or some shit, which got people a lot of views. So I was like, holy shit, it must be a big deal. What happened with Bethesda and Fallout? This software. Bethesda Fallout new software at the center of a massive restructuring by Microsoft, triggered by an Xbox brand reset that includes sweeping layoffs. Oh yeah, so not only has Epic laid off 10,000 employees, so has Xbox. I think they all got overzealous during pandemic. During the pandemic, when people just had hella time on their hands to play games, they got a shit ton of people, shit ton of money. But now they've realized that well has run dry, and they might be cooked. I'm missing a lot of things from. Okay. My desk looks really dry. New Fallout Halo canceled. A new Fallout Halo canceled? Wait, what?
And so I saw it later.
Oh, okay. A new Fallout's coming. Halo canceled. Wait. Was new Halo canceled? Damn. I was gonna play that too. I'd never played a Halo game before. Following a financial slump and the underperformance of subscription-based gaming. So yeah, subscription-based gaming isn't working out as well as they thought it would, which isn't a surprise because no one wants to fucking subscribe to their goddamn console like it's Netflix, like dipshit. All right, not that hard to figure out. They made hella money before, and now they're fumbling all the bread because of that. So good on that. It's Software, the legendary Doom developer. Okay, fuck you. They also helped in Wolfenstein. I think. I know it was Machine Games, but I think it's Software somewhere in there. Developers suffered deep cuts, losing approximately 90% of its AI gameplay design team, that nearly the entire VFX and technical art department. In response to widespread rumors that the studio was hollowed out, its Software issued a statement confirming that they were downsized to the staffing levels they had during the 2016 Doom reboot, but insisted they're still developing their signature tech and games. So they're kind of back to square one. Yeah, so they're kind of back to square one, and they're fucked, and they're cucked. Because of Microsoft greed. Microsoft goes around killing more. Dude, Microsoft needs to have an alternative. Like, they need to get, like, a bigger monopoly to eat them. We need a bigger monopoly to come and consume this monopoly. A game for everyone is for no one. Minecraft server.
I mean, Doctor Strange is good at predicting things, but nothing has been so poetic.
Dude, Eric Parker is the reason I stopped ratting kids with a fucking Valorant rat. Because someone sent me, like, my IP one time, and then I was scared off. And then I did it, like, a few more times, and then I saw an Eric Parker video, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with that shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care how much money is in it. And then I started seeing hella brew and, like, CoffeeZilla videos about how, like, teen hackers got caught, and I was like, yeah. I'm sure they did. Why Fortnite pros lose to $0 earn players? Hold on.
If you go back and extender install in a second, you can enable
no spaces to exist for like a month. No, technically even a year.
The timing of the timing. What? Wait, did we just fix Fortnite OG? What? Electron? Dude, that dude's old. Wait, did we just fix Fortnite OG? What does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna check this out. Fortnite OG, they fixed it? Who knows? Let's see.
They did? They finally fixed it? OG, the mode that has been notorious for being a mess for so long. It's okay now? Kind of? Hold on. We gotta go back for a second. I haven't talked about this mode on this channel for like 10 whole months. That's longer than some famous YouTubers would suddenly go on breaks for with no notice. So like, how did we get here? There's a bunch of stuff related to this mode that we need to talk about. Like now. Like right now. Let's go. We gotta play catch up here. Come on. Hey, quickly want to say use code CHUGACHUG in the shop if you want to support me. No spaces, hashtag epic partner. Your support means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Alright, that's done. Now hopefully people won't complain about a 3-minute long intro. Well, OG has been such a mess for like, let's just say 80% of the time it's existed so far. That's kind of a lot, you know, especially for the mode that was hyped up to exist for like a month. Okay now? Kind of? Hold on. We gotta go back for a second. I haven't talked.
Yo. When did this skin become the new Peely? Like, this is like chapter 2 skin, right? Came out in like season 1, chapter 2 or some shit. And then he just became like millions of variants of himself. It was like Jonesy, then Peely, then this guy. It's like the 3 mascots of Fortnite.
Talked about this mode on this channel for like 10 whole months. That's longer than some famous YouTubers would suddenly go on breaks for with no notice. So like, how did we get here? There's a bunch of stuff related to this mode that we need to talk about. Like now. Like right now. Let's go. We got.
Hold on.
Gotta play catch up here. Come on. Hey, quickly want to say use code CHUGACHUG in the shop if you want to support me. No spaces, hashtag epic partner. Your support means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. Thank you all.
Yo, the fact that people make money off creator codes blows my mind. Like, I never once, I think maybe one time I put Ninja, but after that, I've never once, like, logged into Fortnite and typed in to support a creator code. Like, dude, who is thinking to do that? Why? Who cares? They're already getting paid when they make a video about Fortnite. Why do you care to give them money when you play and purchase something from Fortnite? They're not fucking doing shit to do with the skin. I mean, I guess if they inspired you to play Fortnite, maybe buy like one skin with their code, but like, dude, they rake in like hundreds of thousands of dollars just because someone typed in their name before they decided to do like a buying spree with their parents' credit card on the fucking Fortnite item shop. It's insane.
Alright, that's done. Now hopefully people won't complain about a 3-minute long intro. Well, OG has been such a mess for like, let's just say 80% of the time it's existed so far. That's kind of a lot, you know, especially for the mode that was hyped up to exist for like a month. That's kind of a lot for like, let's just say 80% of the time it's existed so far. That's kind of a lot, you know, especially for the mode that was hyped up to exist for like a month. No, technically even a year before it came out. Season OG was the starting mark for this mode. It literally broke records when it came out. If they could just do something like, I don't know, make it permanent, especially with that being something a lot of people were already asking for, this should have been the easiest slam dunk of their life. And it was. At first, I'm sure you know the tale by now. Season 1, as we remember, was fantastic. Well, except for, and, you know, with what they were doing, the accuracy to Chapter 1 was actually pretty solid. One of the only real problems is that some weapon icons weren't correct to the original weapons. But it's okay, though. That's just a PNG. I'm sure they'll fix it in, like, a week. They're on top of their game with this mode. Okay, yeah, we all know where this is going, so let's just get to the end. Season 2. Oh, Season 2. The time pretty solid. One of the only real problems is that some weapon icons weren't correct to the original weapon. First, I'm sure you know the tale by now. Season 1, as we remember, was fantastic. Well, except for, and, you know.
Oh yeah, when they added back Season 1 Fortnite OG, they kind of fucked it up. It was awesome the first time around, and then, yeah.
With what they were doing, the accuracy to Chapter 1 was actually pretty solid. One of the only real problems is that some weapon icons weren't correct to the original weapons. But it's okay, though. That's just a PNG. I'm sure they'll fix it in, like, a week. They're on top of their game with this mode. Okay, yeah, we all know where this is going, so let's just get to the end. Season 2. Oh, Season 2. The time of OG without one pumps. The time with the stupid, ugly grass that I never want to see again. The loophole with the rapid fire SMG for some reason. What? Given how this was the season with the... You could see things started getting... What? Given how this was the season with the rapid fire SMG... For some reason. What? Given how this was the season with the... You could see... For some reason. What? Given how this was the season with the...
Huh. Oh yeah, they had the non-OG Storm and them. Okay. Some people give too much of a shit. Like, dude, all I want is OG textures, OG graphics, OG map, OG tech. Remove turbo building, make it realistic. Come on now.
You could see things started getting rough. And if you played this mode around then I think you know the rest. Inaccurate weapons, tons of fog, ugly grass that sticks around for some reason, bad content spread, poorly crafted lighting, slightly less ugly grass. I mean, seriously though, it's concrete colored. This is still a problem to this day. You can even see it happen in the current lobby screen. What happened here? This mode was slowly going into the trenches. At least it seemed like that. And I think that Season 6 was the pinnacle of it all. Season 3 already felt like rock bottom. Season 4 fixed a little bit, and Season 5 seemed like it was going on the right track, especially with Fortnite status replying to Alleyjacks with that whole thread. And indeed, things started to get a little bit better in Season 5. There was some stuff that they fixed, like the storm and the lighting, at least kind of. I don't know, do you count the fog change as a lighting fix? With Season 6, everything just broke. Again. I remember seeing the leaks come out during downtime for that season, which I was so excited for because it was Fortnitemares season. It came out during October, it was perfect for the Halloween vibes, and I was just ready to see a properly functioning OG mode during Halloween. There's a decent amount of people out there that hold Season 6 near and dear to them, so obviously Epic would have to do this correctly, right? I just remember losing my mind during downtime. There are probably clips of it somewhere. I was just in disbelief of all the things that were being leaked at that time. There were so many questionable decisions and changes that just didn't make any sense at all. Shadowstones, something that we haven't seen in years, something that a lot of people were excited to come back because, you know, it's one of the big parts of Season 6. Nope, they're gone. They're replaced with Nitro. Nitro. They chose the one thing that a majority of the community heavily dislikes. I think the final straw for me was when they added the fog back to the game, something that people were begging to be toned down for a long time because it just made it really hard to see a lot of stuff, especially from a distance, and it just looked ugly, and they removed it one update before the season. and then it came back. Don't know how that happened.
Oh, just to make everything worse, they broke the fog again. Are you serious?
It was just so weird. The lobby turned purple for a not so amazing reason, and worst of all, they didn't even promote it. Yes, that's right. Fortnite OG had an entire new season launch around the time of Fortnitemares, which is a very big time for the game, especially that year, without any promotion. thing. There were a lot of people out there that didn't know that it started. The only people that did know were people already following the mode. Genuinely, how does this even happen? At this point, we have reached the definition of rock bottom. I'm pretty sure if you look it up on the internet, you're gonna find a picture of OG Season 6's lobby background. Now, I'm not gonna stick around here and go too far into detail about Season 6. Leo's already got a really good video covering that exact topic that you guys should totally watch after this one is over.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, no problem. Now, I know this is gonna be hard to believe if you weren't there, but Season 6 actually got pretty good towards the end. A little bit into the season, they put out an article on Fortnite status basically saying, hey, we messed up, and since then, things should have been only going uphill. Storm pacing was finally properly fixed. That instantly made the season and the mode in general just feel way better. Wow, multiple people left in a moving zone in solos. Chapter 6 could never. Things were getting better. It felt like a dream. We were so deprived of good content changes at the time that when they actually managed to change stuff, it almost didn't even feel real. This is the type of stuff people would tweet about when they're like, this is how you fix Fortnite OG. Season 7 was coming soon too. And of course, that's a big one. Now, did they deliver on that? Yeah, kinda. Now, Fortnite Season 7 has been a very big nostalgia season for a bit now. So logically, it would make a lot of sense for them to lock in for it, especially when it's at the start of a new chapter too. However, Epic has not seemed to follow the rules of logic with this entire mode so far. So did they cook here? Hello, Polar Peak. I don't know what they did. Ah, the storm clouds! Oh, that looks so good! Someone's in a plane. Oh my god. Wait, do you get glider redeploy if you jump out the plane? I'm kind of too scared to find out. Because you're supposed to. Yeah, they got that locked down. Now, sure, Season 7 wasn't playable for like the first week and a half of the chapter because of the Dark Voyager. It's his fault, blame him. But when it was, oh my god. It felt so refreshing to come back to. All of the new POIs and the whole snow biome, it was just great. They were even still putting out articles on things that they were working on and stuff that they wanted to fix. One of my favorites is that they finally changed the storm clouds. Ooh, I love those storm clouds. Why can't they look this colorful everywhere else? It was starting to feel like the biggest issue was really just the visuals instead of the actual gameplay stuff. That lighting was looking rough, especially now that that fog was gone. Even though removing the fog was a good thing, you could really tell how heavily they relied on it. Daytime was blinding, nighttime was also blinding, but a little bit less so, and it just especially was not accurate at all anymore. Season 7 changes the skybox completely, so late chapter 1 has a very different feel and look to it than mid chapter 1. Wait, hey, look at that! That's something that they're looking into. Look at that preview, it looks great. I don't know where the clouds are, but I mean, that's alright, I'm sure they'll handle it. Honestly, I think we've just gotta survive Winterfell. Okay, so what exactly happened here? The sky was technically changed, but like, isn't that kind of just the bare minimum? And that's being a little generous. They did what we asked for and tried to replicate the old skybox, only at night. You know what? Sure, whatever. A lot of us were only comparing nighttime since it was the most drastic change that happened that season, so sure, fine. That's on us. We signed up for that one. But seriously though, what happened here? It just feels so odd. Like they really only tried a little bit. They knew the clouds changed with Season 7 originally, so instead of making new clouds, they just made them disappear randomly when it hits nighttime. They made it look all foggy and cold for Season 7, which in my opinion didn't look too bad. It was just broken because it didn't apply to the whole map and was only locked to some random zone in the snow. Oops. Anyways, lighting debacle out of the way, Season 7 was actually pretty good. The OG content spread method kinda cooked it because the season lasted for way too long. By the time Season 7 was ending, we would have been in Season 3 at that point a year ago, but everything else was handled pretty alright. Not too many things broke, and a good amount of things were looking to be fixed. Anyway, Season 8. Siphon, I forgot! Oh my god, hello. Yeah, this was pretty good. Things got better over time, even if the lighting still looked like... The big thing though was that they randomly dropped another article where they kind of just went, hey guys, we're locking in now. Everything is fixed. It was very sudden, but it was also very, very welcome. They finally found their footing. OG was such a troubled little mode, one that was stuck from choosing between its core community and getting new players interested. But with Season 8, they finally settled with their new philosophy. Make everything as accurate as possible without being terrible. Sniper glint, gone. Stoking campfires, eliminated. The OG is finally returning, just nearly a year and a half after it was released. But like, did we just do it? Have we made it? Season 8 continued and Season 9 rolled around just recently. How's that going? Really well, actually. Got him. Ooh, give me that combat. Oh, never mind. They're still fixing a bunch of stuff, even now. In fact, for the first time ever, every single currently released weapon and item stat in OG is fully accurate to their Chapter 1 counterpart. That's like ridiculous. I know to someone who hasn't played or been following this mode at all is probably thinking, isn't it supposed to be that way? And to that I say, yeah, it was. It always was meant to be. But man, we were so deprived of accurate gameplay that this is like a huge deal, actually. What? The bar is in Grimgate right now. Either way, I still can't believe that. Like, come on, remember that video I did on OG's inaccuracies? Well, I think it's safe to say that if that were made now, it would be a whole lot shorter. Season 9 has always been a top 3 favorite seasons of all time type of season for me, if not my actual favorite. So I was hoping and praying that they would do it justice with OG. They did. At least, I think they did. I'm having so much fun playing OG. It really takes me back. Things are way better than the last time I covered this mode. Weapons are good, we're in the super fun seasons now, and I still love this mode. It's not exactly perfect though, there's still a lot that needs to be addressed. One thing I've seen a lot of buzz about recently is the landscape smoothing that they've been trying to pull off for a while now. A lot of people aren't too fond of that, seeing as how it kind of just destroys a lot of terrain, especially during build mode, and it doesn't have a good enough payoff for it to warrant doing that. There's a bunch of map inconsistencies and issues that have popped up, a lot of them actually being returning issues from Season 7 and 8. No clue how that keeps happening. And of course, there's also still the skybox, which I'm sure I don't need to mention again, though I will say, the daytime sky looks a lot better now. Anyways, I can't mention it all in this video, but there's a lot of good accounts and people and even sources that you can go to for constant updates on this stuff. AliJax is a good starting point for this, so after this video, why don't you head on over to him and show him some love? With all the crazy stuff that he does and incredible things that he's pulled off for this mode, I think he totally deserves it. Alright, so, vibe check. How are we feeling? How do you guys feel about this mode now? Fun fact, we do actually officially know that OG has the largest amount of players who play it exclusively, so I'd be surprised if they did anything to get rid of it. I personally say that I'm happy with it now. Still not perfect, definitely not perfect, but it's in a much less embarrassing state than it was 10 months ago. Who knows? Maybe things will continue to only get better. I doubt things will just stop here. I don't know what's next, but I'm sure that however they choose to handle this mode will end well. They've heard us, they've been hearing us, they know what we want, now we just gotta hope that they keep delivering. And I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to make a video that doesn't get misinterpreted as me complaining about every tiny thing with the mode. I mean, come on, it would be pretty hard to misunderstand the point of something that gets pointed out directly to you. Right?
Hey everyone, this is a breakdown of the very twisty-turny, possibly canon-y episode of Rick and Morty Season 7, Episode 10, Fear No Mort. We open on Rick and Morty walking through something called the Carnival of Nightmares. And right off the bat, this place is sick. Everything is mainly biological horror, like the trees have fetuses growing inside them and mouths. Lots of teeth, eyes and mouths everywhere. They're immediately confronted in a failed jump scare by what we can assume is an employee of the Carnival of Nightmares. Which is kind of funny to think about, like this thing receives a paycheck and at some point goes on break and just sits in the break room looking at its phone or something. But after getting past it, they walk into another area of the carnival, and a hilarious detail is that the trash cans here are monsters of some sort, because this is clearly meant to be a garbage can. We've got a guy playing some kind of throwing game over here, and the wall of the doors they walk through is painted with more monsters, the same way Disney does for its rides to maintain the immersion. I kept expecting this kid to pull out something funny, like an eyeball or something, but him and his alien friend just stare into the bucket the whole time. There are several human-alien pairings though, which is cool, Back here, the Ferris wheel has like solitary confinement cells instead of seats, which is funny. We've got one of those dropping rides up here, and some masks for sale down there. And the one that draws your eye, the lady sitting over a tub of knives instead of water. And then back here, even though this is definitely a themed trash can, they also have a regular trash can. So I wonder if maybe multiple animators had hands on this scene, or maybe they just have multiple types of trash cans. Rick and Morty complain that they're impossible to scare now, and a very Twilight Zone style guy cuts in offering to take them somewhere truly scary, and our guys hesitantly accept, heading back to Earth and landing at a Denny's, coming to its defense in the beginning of a pretty smooth ad, something they're surprisingly good at, honestly. After the ad though, which I personally read Rick's face here as saying, just get the ad part over with, the waiter points them to the bathroom to the fear hole. And for a second here, we get this hilarious shot of this dude getting super excited to eat just a huge pile of bacon. And if it cost
$8 for a side of bacon?
I imagine this guy had a 3-figure check coming. They bust into the bathroom, and it is amazingly disgusting. I mean, we're talking dirty urinal, broken urinal, gross urinal dividers, overflowing trash can, leaky pipes, broken mirror, your classic disgusting toilet, then another classic, the somebody was raised to be a monster toilet, and finally, the hole, which definitely does seem like the Last Jedi's mirror cave, no question. Now, for anybody wondering if there are any hints hidden between this scene of the hole and other scenes, including the last one where Morty actually comes out, there are literally 0 changes between any of the scenes, so I'm like 85% sure the ending really does happen outside of the hole. But I'll cover that more at the end. The hole has black seaweed seemingly just draped on the edges. When we see the inside at the end, it doesn't connect to anything inside at all. It may even just be there to make it spookier or something. They hit play on the VHS video called How to Hole. The Twilight Zone guy explains that the hole eats fear, which reminds me a little bit of this.
And that's something. You were right. These things are just doing what they do in the wild. They love swallowing stressed out creatures for 20 minutes and then puking them up.
He also says after you do it, you get your picture on the wall, and we see 3 pictures, and they stay the same throughout every scene with the hole. As he explains, we can see that the bathroom was a little bit cleaner back then, though not much. This was also clearly filmed very suddenly, as our 2 bathroom patrons seem confused by the camera. The video cuts out, he looks evil, and we get a Mountain Dew ad featuring Gaddafi. Morty turns off the TV, and Rick decides they're not doing it. So Morty follows him out of the bathroom before hilariously sprinting back.
You little turd!
Now, starting the moment the cut happens, the moment he falls beneath the lip of the hole here, he is already under the effects. We see him falling very far, and it's clear from the final scene that the hole is just not that deep, or narrow for that matter. As he falls, something starts to envelop his hand. He looks at it confused until it finishes, materializing, and Morty screams, "Oh God!" The multi-faced monster distortedly returns Morty's scream, almost making fun of him. Then a monster hand reaches up and grabs Morty by the leg, yanking him down to the ground. This awesome-looking 4-armed monster pops up behind Morty, holding a handful of maggots and says, "Still will I stop you with maggots!" Which he really does, as we can see for a second later in the scene. But right here, where Morty yells for Rick, I think this is the moment when the hole understood Morty's fear. When he was being tortured by a monster, and he yells for Rick, which the hole happily produces a very believable Rick for Morty. So Rick shows up and shoots 2 blob-looking monsters before his gun disintegrates, and he switches to punching the monsters, which is shockingly effective. We've got a monster with some kind of hand things on its eyes, another generic blob monster, before literally punching a hole through the monster who was attacking Morty. They intentionally don't show Morty removing the maggots, probably for the same reason they didn't show them going in, because it would be too gross for network TV. Rick flies Morty out of the hole and puts their picture up on the wall as he laughs that they both
shit our pants.
They head home and the family is watching Cake or Fake from episode 7 this season.
And now back to Cake or Fake.
Please, come on. You have to know. Do I not breathe? Do I not speak?
Give me the knife.
No! No, oh my god, please! I'm not a cake!
But this time with a convincing cake instead of a convincing human. And yes, we can see from the fact that the crystallized xanthanite is still on the cable box that this is in fact interdimensional cable. And for some reason, when the other Rick crashes in with Diane, the TV shuts off. The alternate Rick crashes down with Diane, and it's literally just the younger version of our Rick, with the blue pants and all. Rick and Morty realize they're still in the hole and head to the garage to debate what the fear is. I find these two lines eerily similar.
Your greatest fear is me getting Diane back.
What? Why?
Because then I won't need you.
Your fear of relying on Rick has been delicious.
Because if you think about it, Rick not needing Morty around would definitely eventually lead to Morty having to face his fear of relying on Rick. Meaning that even this early in the story, the Hole is already trying to show Morty what his true fear is. Rick decides to
get more data. I'm dropping in for data.
That's the hardest thing in skateboarding!
It looks so easy on Pro Skater 3!
And the family goes to get ice cream. I really like the detail the Rick calls Diane.
D. What do you think, D?
What about this one? D's a bird!
I wonder if this is a made-up detail by the Hole, or something Morty knows, and the Hole is just reading Morty's mind, which is definitely something the Hole has to be able to do. But anyways, Rick uses some de-aging serum, which we see again later, but Diane remains indifferent because Rick is being...
One thing that crosses people's mind when watching Death Note is who was actually smarter between Lionel. This question doesn't just extend to their canon selves, but even their non-canon selves, which are known as their CTW counterparts or Change the World. For those unfamiliar, it's basically an alternate universe where L was able to figure out the 13-day rule and then successfully thwart Light before he actually had the chance to kill L. These counterparts are on another level.